and welcome back to another benchmark, and today we're testing GT 1030 DDR5 2GB from MSI release 2017. As usually we are testing with the 9900F, and I know that's overkill for this GPU, but you should have same FPS with Pentium G6 400 or E3 second and or third generation and better. Game we are testing is NBA 2K21, and let's begin with this benchmark. I just want to say I have never played this game, and let's begin.
Up next, the Heat taking on the Lakers. For Miami, they know each game presents a test of physical endurance, of mental focus, and their ability to match up against any style of play. And that challenge is right ahead. Lakers, Heat, coming up next. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Welcome everyone to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge. DA, it's...
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league's deadlier...
Thanks, David. D benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Adebayo in at center. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here is Robinson. Butler deciding where to go with it. Pass to Adebayo. Schroeder against Nunn. Three-pointer. It's Drummond with the rebound. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Down low. It's stolen by Ariza. The Lakers coming through the tunnel with swagger. This looks like a team that's all set to go to work here at home. The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline. Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, the ceremony was delayed, and understandably so, but at last, the Hall of Fame class of 2020 was enshrined. And what a class it was. Led by Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and of course, the late, great Kobe Bryant headlining the 9 inductees. There was tremendous poignancy with Kobe's inclusion coming so recently after his tragic death. And
thank you, DA. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
So here's Miami's starting group. We've got Kendrick Nunn, Trevor Ariza out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Robinson in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the center position.
And at last season's trade deadline, Andre Drummond traded away basically for a second-round pick. A shockingly low return for a guy who was once considered a franchise player.
Now here's Davis, and they double up Davis. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And it's Miami's ball. And Greg, why is it that the Pistons got so little in exchange for Drummond?
Well, I think he was an impending free agent. I think Detroit looking to rebuild. Also, it says something about the center position in today's game.
Now here's Drummond. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Schroeder against none. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it. Adebayo passes to Nunn. Miami no good on that time either.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. To the middle. Lakers working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Davis kicks to Drummond. Taking place. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks.
DA, thanks a lot. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, we've got Kendrick Nunn. Adebayo is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Robinson, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Drummond in at center. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
In transition, here comes Miami. Robinson's got the ball.
When Butler is locked in on a defensive end, his defensive instincts are awesome.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Drummond passes to Davis. Back to Drummond. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Yeah, a couple.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. It's NBA basketball on DH.
Kevin, thank you very much. Last season, the Lakers duo of LeBron.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo, Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Ariza in at the 4. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And both these coaches, Chris, tonight have plenty of options on their benches. Depth, a big part of what these teams do well.
Yeah, most great teams in the league, Kevin, have fantastic 6th and 7th option. I mean, depth means so much during the regular season.
Alex Caruso, who's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Miami shooting their first free throw of the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the technical free throw is good. Drummond working against Adebayo. Outside Butler. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. Out to the wing. Caruso kicks to Davis. Here's Caruso. Defended by none. Back to Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Caldwell-Pope feeling it out a bit. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation.